If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I don't know if you've heard, I've been covering it for going on over a year now, about these purple streetlights. You may have heard of it. I've mentioned it on quite a few channels because I've gone through quite a few in the last year or so specifically. And, you know, it's crazy. Like, I just try to keep covering it because, you know, if I keep my eye on it, we can all see the pattern and repetition. Otherwise, people wouldn't see it. So, you know, when I look and I see there are more purple streetlights popping up. And obviously there's people on the website who post stuff and share stuff. And then I look to see, you know, any news affiliates reporting it. Oh, and what a surprise. What a surprise. There's more popping up. It just continues to happen, almost like as if they wanted to on purpose. Oh, wait, they do. So now we have more places popping up with purple streetlights. And guess what? They still want you to think it's a manufacturer's defect. Has anybody called Duke Energy?
Across the triad, some power pole lights that should be that normal, bright, calming yellow have turned purple. We first reported on the issue in March of last year. The power company said they were working to fix it. Tonight, WFMY News 2's Amber Lake finds out why some lights are still the wrong color.
First off, I thought it only made sense for me to wear purple tonight in light of the situation. We have purple street lights that are still illuminating some roads right here in the Triad. The purple street lights continue.
So traveling back and forth from North Carolina to Florida to see my in-laws, we made it like a road trip game, and purple light is every time we get in the car.
It's become a game for some, like Bree Marshall and her family. Whoever counts the most lights wins.
We've played it for almost a year now, every time we're in the car.
These purple street lamps have seen the light of day or night on many roads in the Carolinas, from Kernersville to Greensboro, Burlington, and beyond.
You know, the light still functions. It's still safe. It still puts out the same amount of light. It's just really purple.
Duke Energy spokesperson Jeff Brooks told WFMY that the lights are purple because the laminate put on the light to make it white has worn off. It's a factory malfunction, but they aren't dangerous.
We do want to repair them, and the best way we can do that is to find out where they are, and then we can get our crews out there to replace them.
The bulbs are still under warranty, so the manufacturer is paying to change them. The best way to help fix this problem is to report it to Duke Energy when you see a purple light.
We're doing our best to get out there and replace them as we find out about them. We do have crews that look for them, but our best resource often is our customers who see them at night, can help us identify them. And then once we know where they are, we can come out and repair them.
When energy companies were first made aware of the malfunction, around 5,000 lights were impacted. Since then, several thousand have popped up. Duke Energy maintains around 900,000 street lights in the Carolinas, and Brooks says as of right now, the purple lights affect less than 1% of those.
It is a pretty unique thing. Think of it as the special Easter egg in the bunch.
And no, there's a light at the end of the purple tunnel, as Duke Energy hopes to eventually replace them all.
If you drive before the sun comes up or after it sets, you may notice something unusual out there.
Here it is, purple street lights. They're shining on several roads across Central Florida. And now we know the Florida Department of Transportation is actually launching a statewide investigation to figure this out. A violet hue, a hint of lilac. Hundreds of streetlights across Central Florida are shining down purple. People have shared their thoughts on social media.
I like them purple lights. Some are not very bright.
A few Central Florida drivers are finding levity in the lights.
If they're going to give us nightclub lighting, the least they could do is play some dance music and maybe hang disco balls from the lampposts.
Other drivers, though, say they thought the light was police, a UFO. And for some, the lights made them realize.
I miss Prince.
Reactions range, funny, frustrating. But what is going on with these LED lights?
Within that fixture, there is a bulb type
material that has a coating, a phosphorus coating, that is changing it to the hue of purple.
The Florida Department of Transportation says they have identified more than 600 malfunctioning LED lights, primarily along I-4 and I-95 at these busy intersections. And just a few days ago, we spotted some purple along the beach line.
We're coordinating our closures and things like that with our contractors so that we can work in a single area and not be so disruptive to traffic as we change those out.
The agency has launched a statewide investigation now. But it's not just FDOT. There are purple lights on local streets too, on McGuire Boulevard along Vineland Road. It goes far beyond Florida.
There's even a national issue with this manufacturer and this type of fixture.
Utility companies all over are responding. OUC says less than 1% of its LED lights are malfunctioning, saying when one is discovered, it's replaced within 24 to 48 hours. So FDOT is hoping to have all these lights fixed by April. They say the company is providing free replacements, so that's really nice. Less money they have to shell out. And we are seeing it on Orlando streets. OUC says let them know, they'll fix it. We've posted the link on our website where you can report it.
Now I feel like
I think it's pretty, but probably not the best visibility, right?
So some of you might be like, yeah, that is really strange. And I know most of you are aware that I've been covering it because we've all been talking about it, and we all know exactly what it's there for. But if you don't know, there's a certain something. I don't know. Do you remember that there was a TV show? I covered it. I had a video, of course, on another channel that was was taken down, or the video was taken down. Remember that show, The Strain? It was a show, and they used a black light because they were trying to find this. Well, take a look.
Scar, same place as the airline victims. Just healed so fast we couldn't see it without UV light.
Can you see it? I think I can feel it around my eye now.
Not gonna lie. Good. Got it. Don't move. Don't move.
Don't lose it.
Of the glow-in-the-dark rats. Genetic engineering is fascinating and powerful and holds the potential to lower the cost of food, save millions of lives, cure previously incurable diseases, and yes, make rats that can glow green under UV light. Everyone in the world knows that scientists can make rats glow under UV light, while very few people know that scientists have made rats that are genetically modified to exhibit symptoms of Alzheimer's, allowing scientists to test treatments for debilitating diseases more quickly and effectively. First, these animals don't actually glow in the dark. They fluoresce under UV lights. What use might a rat glowing under UV light be for a geneticist? When you're genetically engineering an organism, you often aren't sure if the DNA you intended to insert actually got inserted. Maybe the virus you were using to insert the DNA was killed off by the animal's immune system too quickly. A real easy way to see if the DNA got into the rat. Or you could tie the gene you want inserted to another gene. A gene that produces, say, a protein that fluoresces under UV light. All you have to do is bust out the black light. Really, it's a genius solution to a complicated problem.
Yeah, they're trying to find the strain, right? Inside of what would be a human being's body, but by the time they have the strain, they're no longer human, if you catch my drift. So it says if you're seeing purple streetlights, you aren't seeing things. I mean, have we heard this same article before? Month after month? It's almost like they're just re-putting out the same article. Oh, they are, just in different locations with the same exact response. Strange, 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 strange. Yeah, it is awfully strange. Did someone lose their job yet at Duke Energy? Or these other these other places that provide the lights? Doesn't seem like it. Right? Why is this not on national news if it's happening in every state? Oh, right. Because they're only covering it because people are calling in and are creeped out by it. As they should be creeped out by it. And it's just like when I was covering stuff with the weather or the black goo falling from the sky. Your local news teams always have the answers. I mean, it's like right out of the movie Anchorman. We don't know what it is. And so refused to answer our call. We'll keep an eye on it. If you see it, report it to us. So the people who report this, obviously nothing gets done because they're probably just taking their names and numbers, supplying it to the Department of Homeland Security to monitor these people because they don't want people to notice it. So if you notice this type of stuff, you're pretty much a threat to our government and our society. Just like people who speak about a lot of things that they don't want you to speak about. That's why the new threat in America are Americans who question things, right? So don't think for a second that they're not looking at people who are calling in and observing this because they're probably in shock. They're like, I can't believe people are noticing the streetlights. That means they're somewhat observant. They'll probably send someone out to their house for being so observant and tell them not to be. Or, turn on more 5G around them so they're less observant. They put a little extra fluoride in their well water, right? Because there's no excuse for it. Again, the last time I covered this, which was recent, maybe a month ago, maybe 2, what was the story? Remember? If those of you, I'm sure you saw it, it's on my my blue background channel. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. The link to that video is in the comment section and in the description box. The excuse was this. Oh, well, we had a manufacturing glitch. Oh, right. The same excuse, right? And then they said, but people really seem to like the purple lights, so maybe we'll keep it. Oh, so people like it. You mean you just left them in, so then you got people used to it, so that no longer after time would they care. Just like, you know, how they get people to wear masks. The people who still wear it, I don't care. I love the mask on my face. Huh? You love the mask on your face? Wow, I'll try a paper bag maybe. Well, I'll appreciate that better. I mean, because they're conditioned, right? They're conditioned. You keep the purple light on in the streets for a year, for 2 years. They stop complaining. They just go, this is the way life is now. They know that's how people will react. So they keep doing it and doing it and doing it like they do with everything else. And then when people ask them to solve the problem or do something about it, they go, yeah, report it. And then you hear the guy from Duke Energy, report it in, please. I'm pretty sure I've covered the Carolinas now for over a year where the same story keeps coming out for Duke Energy, and they keep saying, report it, and then nothing gets done. There's no report. We fixed the purple lights. They just report it, and they're like, we're on it. And then they know there's going to be no follow-up. You're going to call their office. It's going to go right to a messaging machine, and people are going to continue to go about their days. And suddenly we have purple streetlights all around the United States, and nobody says anything because they've gotten used to it. One day they'll say, remember when the streetlights were just clear lights? And young kids will go, what? No, how did you live like that? Right? That's how conditioning works. That's what they do. I'm sure you've all gotten the runaround before from a business when you've called for a refund or a return, and they've just given you the runaround. Oh, yeah, where's my package? Your package is coming next Tuesday. It doesn't come Tuesday, call Wednesday. Where's your package? It's coming in 2 weeks. Where's my package? Coming in 3 months. Oh, all right. Or at work, I'm sure you've gotten the runaround from a girl or a boy you've chased. I'm sure you've gotten the runaround. Well, nobody does the runaround, other than, of course, Runaround Sue. Nobody does this, bad joke, but nobody does the runaround better than our government, okay? Because they don't address the stuff that's happening. They're just doing it. And they run around the questions. You see it in the White House right now on purpose, right? The president doesn't answer any questions. What does he have, like one interview with the cupcake questions? Doesn't answer questions from the press, even though the press are in their pockets too. But just in case somebody gets in there with a press pass that they don't know about, well, of course they know about, but they don't trust them. No, they don't answer questions. They don't need to. Duke Energy doesn't need to answer real questions. They just show up on TV. Oops, our bad. And then guess what? Like a typical John Doe, the guy at Duke Energy will never be seen again, and the purple lights will stay, and everyone will just love it and continue on. And then, of course, for those of you still wondering if you didn't get it from the strain clip, then we'll be seeing inside of people's bodies, right? It'll be like being at a rave. Only, you'll know a certain something that's in a certain people. Right? And you'll be able to identify them that way, right? You don't think that's still part of their plan? You think that it went away? It didn't go anywhere. It'll be back very soon because it's already back. They're just figuring out when to give people enough of a deep breath to continue with their conditioning process so they don't go too crazy, and they'll bring it back in. We've already heard of the new, what's the word for boost? Anyway, boost, right? Round 4, soon it'll be 5, then 6, then it'll be every month, right? After 4, of course, I've already covered this, by the way, on the website. It's going to be a seasonal thing. So just in case anyone's wondering, I can't talk about this stuff here on YouTube. It's going to be seasonal. They've already planted the seeds and talked about how they need to, make it a seasonal thing because some people have allergies in the spring and then in the fall. And they're like, they're talking about making it seasonal. Perfect. It will be seasonal. Then it'll be monthly after that. And then people will be, transhuman at some point. Although it's not going to take with many people, so that'll be unfortunate, of course. But hey, make your own choices, make your own decisions. Don't let Big Brother make them for you. Otherwise, The same Big Brother everyone complains about. The same Big Brother everyone goes, they don't care about us. They're all con men, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to something, because they create so much fear, everybody's willing to do it and take it, right? Well, of course they are. Of course they are, because they're weak. They're weak-minded. And when they're afraid of something that they don't see, right? Just like the boogeyman in the caves out in Afghanistan for all those years. Where is it? Right? Years and years and years. We're supposed to be in fear. When the people you should really fear are in your homeland, ladies and gentlemen. And that goes for wherever you are around the world listening to this. UK, Australia, New Zealand, they're in your homeland. They're the ones you pay your taxes to. They're the ones who have now begun turning on their citizens. But not to get off the topic here of the purple streetlights, they're still here. They're still popping up. They're here and they're queer, that's for sure. Let me know if you're seeing purple streetlights where you are. If you're on the website, you could share videos, of course. Let everybody see so we can just mark it down on the list of all the places. I mean, off the top of my head, we already seen California, we've seen Washington, we've seen the entire East Coast, we've seen Tennessee, Tallahassee, Wisconsin, Kansas, Kentucky, Florida. I believe in Texas we saw some. That's off the top of my head. I mean, what do people really think's going on? Is Duke Energy providing the lights all across the country? Of course they're not. Because remember, they don't have a warranty. So they have to pay out of pocket. That's why it's taking them so long to change them. Stuff people will believe these days, man. I mean, unbelievable. You tell someone you're the tooth fairy and that you want a refund on the money that you left under someone's pillow 30 years ago, and the person will probably give you $20 out of their pocket. Be like, oh, I remember when you did that. Yeah, here. Huh? Yep. That's how dumb it is, folks, and it only gets dumber by the day. I thank everyone for being here. Hope you're doing well. God bless all of you and your families.